So welcome back in our...
We're going to be focusing on the next stage up, which is the core. We're going to get that core super strong, so you can flip yourself around nice and easy.
Yeah, we chose that one because the core strength is as frequently used and as necessary as leg strength, because you use it all the time. The same way like you use your legs all the time during training, obviously. Maybe some of you don't realize because it happens very subconsciously, but you do use your core strength all the time. The most simple things like sitting down or running or simple jumps, the core is engaged all the time, especially abs. Yeah, and that's how this is the body part we're gonna focus on today. And we were thinking about it. We came up with many. Oh, that's very spontaneous. That's a rough.
Many.
So when you're thinking about it, we came up with many ways to approach the, developing the strength of your core. But eventually, to keep it simple, we decided to focus on the movement that occurs during your training the most, which is bringing your legs closer to your chest, or other way around, in obviously many variations. And when you think about it, this sort of motion happens all the time. When you do a move as simple as the jump, you bring your legs up, and not to mention obviously all the flips where there's loads of tucking or piking occurring. So this sort of strength, it's vital to develop, and helps a lot with your flips, because basically you can have the strongest legs, but if you don't have enough core strength, you're not gonna initiate the flip. You're gonna be all the way up in the air, but then you won't be able to rotate, because your core is weak, so I think that kind of explains. So let's get to it. Step number 1. All right, guys, and step number 1: knee raises on the bar. So you need to find yourself something to hang on. Doesn't have to be a bar. If you don't have any, it can be a branch in the park, edge of some edge of sort, and then all you do is just bring your knees up.
All right, and next on the list we have sit-ups. So you're going to hook your feet underneath an object to secure your lower body, and you're just going to curl your upper body up to your knees, just like so.
Laying knee raises. It's very simple. All you just do is bring your knees up, into a tuck position.
And next up we have the half pike fold. So this is the progression before the full pike fold, but instead of touching your toes, you're going to be touching your shins. Right, so this requires a little bit less mobility, and it's going to make the exercise a little bit easier. However, it's still harder than the previous exercise.
Next step is laying half leg raises. So like similar to the first step, you just lift your legs up, but this time that's straight, and it's very important to keep them nice and straight, because this is the way you increase the difficulty of this exercise. All right, cool. All right, and next up is full leg raise. So this time you don't stop in the middle, you bring your legs all the way behind, and ideally is if you were touching the floor behind you. However, if your flexibility doesn't allow you to do that yet, just bring your legs as far as you can.
This is the half hanging leg raise. So this is going to be a little bit more challenging because your legs are straighter. This is going to increase the lever, which means that your abs and your core is going to have to do more work to lift up your lower body. And that's that. Also guys, with this exercise and with all the hanging exercises, it's very important to keep your core engaged on the negative part of the movement to stop yourself from swinging, because that will kill your flow and make the exercise a lot harder than it needs to be. Boom.
Alright, next up guys is a full knee raise. So with this exercise, the goal is to touch your elbows with your knees as presented here. And the same rule, try to prevent yourself from swinging, as that makes the exercise easier.
Like that.
Alright, cool.
And next up we have the full pike fold. The pike fold in all of its glory. So in here we're going to be touching the toes. So this is once you've increased your mobility doing the exercise previously, and this is going to allow you to be able to touch your toes. So you're bringing your torso and your legs together, so it's not just one or the other. So this one is mixing the sit up and the leg raise together. Boom. And last but not least, we have the full leg raise. This is where you're using your core to bring your feet all the way to touch the bar. So we're using all of the exercises that we've covered in this video and basically putting it all together in one beast movement. Alright guys, and that brings us to the end of body armor part 2, focusing on core. Again, just like before, make sure that you're hitting these exercises or whatever exercises that you can do on this list, minimum of twice a week. And just because these are the exercises that we featured in this video, don't forget that there are many more advanced movements that we covered in this video, but this is kind of the basics and the essential movements that we would recommend doing in order to get better at acrobatic skills.
Plus the one that are kind of easily accessible. And also the same rule like with the leg video, to allow yourself to move to the next step, you need to hit each exercise 3 sets of 8 reps. This is just to build like a solid foundation. Obviously the training can be taken further. There's many ways of training your core as well as legs than the one we presented. Yeah, so this is just to build a solid foundation in a simplest way possible. Right, so I think that's it. That wraps up everything for episode 2.
Yep. Hope you guys enjoyed it.
And then yeah, we hope you're gonna find it useful, and then see you at our classes or in the next episodes.
See ya.
Alright guys, and next step is laying half leg. Laying half laying. I'll get there. Half leg, right? No, not half leg.
Laying half.
No, laying leg half raises.
No. Laying half leg raises.
Laying half leg raises.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay.
So this is going to train your core, your legs, your hips, your mobility. Oh yeah.
Your
core, hips, mobility, and toes. Hips and toes.